We're gonna be talking about the... We'll be talking about the... Do you think that's funny, butthead? Do you find it amusing that we'll be talking about the... Yes, we're also gonna be talking about...
Hello. As I said, I was working on something big and I didn't finish it before I went to vacation or holidays, so I have only 7 hours to finish this video, record my voice, edit this video, finish this video and upload this. So I got night to do it. So I'm trying to be as quiet as possible and as readable as possible for you. This video will probably have a lot of editings, and that's what I meant when it came to big, on something big. When you obviously watch my video about 50 cal. But now let's back to the action. As well, I am sorry for the title, it's a bit of a clickbait, just because if I would take the whole title or just the whole topic about this video, the title would be "This is why Yugoslavia is better country than Israel in military vehicles." It's just too long and I'm trying to short this, so sorry for it. Clickbaiting is bad and I don't want to clickbait people. Okay, so today we're discussing about should other nations be added to warthunder, and as I said, today's topic is Yugoslavia, the country that I wanted to visit, but I was born well too late and I didn't visit it. But I visited Croatia, which is a very beautiful country. Even if few years earlier there was a war which Serbs, Croatians and Bosnians decided to make of a Geneva Convention a checklist. So yeah, Yugoslavia has this potential that even if it starts with a copy of tanks or not tanks, copies or not copies, export tanks or not export tanks, then it changes to the tech tree made out of 3 different countries: Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina and Serbia. As well, I'm using 2 sources. One is Wikipedia and second is this site which people try to make tech trees for warthunder that are not implemented. Everything is description, but let's get back to the main topic. Obviously, the start of a tech tree would be some kind of export variants of American, Russian and French vehicles. Then it turns into a tech tree of prototype vehicles and modifications of American vehicles. Yugoslavians had a lot of great ideas, but when you live in a country under a communist regime, you don't have money, even on a military. You don't have anything. And actually, when I looked at the Serbian tree, it well looked like a Russian, but there's a little bit of a plot twist. Even if the M84 looks like a T-72A, it's just better. It's just like a Polish vehicle. They look like a Russian one, but well under the hull and under the turret is a different thing. It's just like a Serbians and I think Croatians as well. The M84 is like T-72As. New year, new modification, and even the last modification of this vehicle looks like a Russian T-90. But I'm not complaining. The best part of this tech tree is the light tanks and APCs. Just because the universality of the chassis and the look. look at these wheels and this hull. The BOV is the Yugoslavian, then turns into the Serbian APC, which to this day is in use, and it came in a lot of variants, from a simple APC with a 50 cal to the ATGM carrier, well, with a cable control missiles, but it's still something. There's also the laser IFV, which, as the most of IFVs, is a chassis for more dangerous vehicle. And this one has 57mm autocannon, and if you, like me, know how it feels to play PT-76 57 or ZSU 57-2, you know that this will be ridiculously good or bad. It's like playing Italians. You have power and speed, but no armor, which is understandable for a wheeled vehicle. If I wanted to say on what BR this IFV and APCs would be, I would probably say on 5.3 or 5.7, just because the first version of a BOV are armed with the 3 20mm cannons. Actually, this vehicle is more of a AA purpose, but it can deal serious damage to medium or light tanks, even if this APC would get a full upgrade. Okay, but I keep talking about the Yugoslavia and not about the Israel. So, Israel, the Jewish country with over 9 million of them. But we are not here to discuss the history of this country. We are here to talk about why the tanks and vehicles that they produce are worse than Yugoslavia. So, let's start from the beginning. Israel to 1949 wasn't on map. This was a part of a British colony, I think Egyptian. So we can assume that it will be most of the British tanks. And
you're goddamn right.
They were using every tank that Brits, Americans and French have, from Hotchkiss to Centurions. Okay, they upgraded Centurion, but what kind of upgrade is this? They put a new gun, better engine, but still armor, and average speed is 35 to 40 kph, so not a big deal. Also the gun. You put 105 instead of a 20 pounder. The difference between them are that ammo, which the 105 uses, is the first gen APFSDS. It has a bit more kinetic energy than the 3 gen APDS, but not a big difference between them. They tried. Also, when it comes to ammo, well, you have extra 53mm on turret without the Blazer era packages. With them, you have 300mm of protection against hit, warhead, and 5mm against kinetic, which is a decent for a first gen reactive, but still better would be some extra composite armor under the hull. But I'm just a normal dude. I don't know anything about the military. Anyway, after Israel realized that they need a new tank, they built Merkava 1, which on paper looked good, and well, it looked fearsome for enemy infantry, but only for infantry. Because if this tank would face another MBT just like T-72A, Merkava would probably shit itself, just because it lacked the penetration and armor. But we all know that game wouldn't be as realistic as IRL. So let's take a look at the situation. So, you're facing two tanks, T-62 and T-64A, on hit. You easily destroy T-72, but you penned LFP. When T-64 penned your turret under the gun mallet, okay. But let's say that T-64 is a total DMS, and it shot your armor next to the gun mallet, which is probably has 500mm thick, and you shot back, but you don't pen it. You don't pen the T-64, and you get killed. Yes, you get killed. just because your AP-FSDs lack penetration. T-64 is mobile and has good armor, so you need to shoot directly into a manlet driver port or LFP. So let's skip to Merkava Mark IV. That will be probably implemented to the Jewish tech tree in some update. It has good penetration, a bit of more armor and better mobility. And as last three Merkavas, it comes with a LVS, LWS, whatever, laser warning system. But doesn't mean this tank and this tech tree is good to implement. No. I don't know why Gaijin decided to add this one, but they did. And we cannot stop them from adding this to the game. But who knows, maybe Gaijin listens to people of their game and they will add Yugoslavia in the future, not long future. Anyway, thanks for watching and I see you the next Sunday.